Here's a question from one of our YouTube viewers. How do you deal with hate towards you and towards Christianity in general?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, in one sense, right, like as the disciples of Christ, we don't want to do things that cause people to hate us. We don't want to be obnoxious. But the truth is, if we cling to the word of the Lord, and if we cling to what the Bible teaches, there are going to be people who reject us and who hate us even because, we preach the gospel, because we call people to follow Jesus. Well, what should we do when we're hated by others? Do we retaliate? Do we respond in kind? Do we grow in bitterness? Do we shut our hearts off to them? No, Jesus said very clearly, this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 38, you have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, do not resist the one who is evil. But if anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if anyone would sue you and take your tunic, let him have your cloak as well. And if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. Give to the one who begs from you, and do not refuse the one who would borrow from you. You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies, and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be sons of your Father who is in heaven. For he makes his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what reward do you have? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And if you greet only your brothers, what more are you doing than others? Do not even the Gentiles do the same? You therefore must be perfect, as your heavenly Father is perfect. What does Jesus call us to do when we're hated, when we're persecuted, when we're reviled for the sake of his name? He says, well, don't respond with reviling, with mockery, with hatred. Respond with love. Turn the other cheek. Respond with humility. Respond with righteousness, so that they might see your good deeds and glorify your Father who is in heaven. And may God give us the grace to do that with our eyes fixed on Jesus, the one who did it for us.